The Justice League, one of, if not the most iconic superhero team of all time, and you have the privilege of brutally ending them all one by one throughout the events of the newest Rocksteady game. While I did end up liking the game overall and plan to do an entire video on why everyone crying about the story got it wrong after the DLC comes out, today I'm instead focusing on the incredible power of the iconic heroes who make up the Justice League. Batman, the Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Superman. And before you finish typing your comment about how the Justice League are all weaker than Batman's villains, why don't you relax for a second and think of a fonder time when Batman was getting beaten up by his rogues time after time throughout the Arkham series before this game even came out.
Of you to drop in.
Does it hurt? Too bad.
You know they got your mans.
And he was your mans. He was your boy.
I heard you grew up with him.
That's crazy.
So now that you've had a second to go down memory lane, let's get into it. Following the events of Arkham Knight, Batman began employing Scarecrow's fear toxin in an effort to recontextualize Batman as a myth, a monster who was beyond the limits of the human form. However, this would not last forever, as he was eventually invited to join a team of powerful heroes. Deciding to put his ego aside for the greater good, he accepted and the Justice League was born. Throughout their time together, they faced many powerful villains and cemented themselves as an unstoppable force for good. In terms of overall power, Batman himself boasts incredible strength, as he's gone head-to-head against the likes of Bane, Titan Joker, Solomon Grundy, and more, each displaying small building levels of strength, able to output over 188 million joules with their strikes. Batman can not only endure attacks from these powerful enemies, but harm them with his attacks as well. Throughout the events of Brainiac's invasion, Batman may be more feared by Task Force X than even Superman. Argus refers to him as the most dangerous man alive, that being Batman.
And just how the hell do you plan to find and exfiltrate the most dangerous man alive?
The Suicide Squad claims multiple times that they can never defeat him.
We could wait around for Batman to pop out of a floor grate and punch each of us in the brain.
We could take him.
You know how many guys I saw get put into traction after saying they could whoop Batman's ass? Now that he's all murder, kill, he could destroy us without it.
And Batman is able to even one-shot King Shark, a demigod who Lex Luthor thinks may be able to escape his imprisonment at any time, but chooses to stay with the team. Batman also sports a brand new bat suit, which is entirely bulletproof, even to the powerful anti-meta weapons procured by Argus for the Suicide Squad. This is shown when the Flash lives through hundreds of bullets being shot right at his unconscious body. Batman made the Flash his suit, so it would make sense that he would use similar armor to protect himself. The Suicide Squad are only able to penetrate Batman's armor after receiving many upgrades from Argus and LexCorp, including adaptive learning nano enhancements to increase their weapons' lethality, as well as Yellow Lantern batteries, which enhance their bullets with the power of Yellow Lantern rings. You could make the argument that Batman and the Flash's armor scale to the likes of the Yellow Lantern and Green Lantern Corps because the Flash is able to fight Green Lantern and even shatter his constructs. Green Lantern is considered to be one of the most powerful members of the League, and while he isn't at Superman's level by his own admission, his constructs are powerful enough to withstand any weapon in Argus's inventory. This would also include any and all LexCorp weapons as well as nuclear warheads. We know this because, well, Argus tells us this multiple times.
Colonel Flag.
Brainiac's skull ship is shielded from conventional weapons. That's Green Lantern's handiwork right there.
but also because as soon as Green Lantern's shields protecting Brainiac's skull ship were taken down following his death, Amanda Waller immediately launched a nuclear strike to destroy Brainiac's base. So, the Flash is strong enough to destroy Green Lantern's constructs, and his suit is durable enough to withstand this as well, so that gives the Flash more attack potency than the most powerful nuclear bomb on record, the SAR bomb, which had an explosive yield of 50 megatons, nearly 4,000 times more powerful than the bombs the US used during World War II, giving the Flash and Batman's suits city-level durability. But the Flash destroying Green Lantern's constructs multiple times isn't the only feat of strength supporting this level of power. The Flash could also break free from Wonder Woman's lasso. However, this was after the Flash was enhanced by Brainiac and after Wonder Woman fought and was injured by Green Lantern.
Be aware, Lantern engaged with Wonder Woman before returning to his assigned defensive duties. She's injured, but an active threat. Push any advantage. Use her concern for tearing casualties against her. Grind her down.
Wonder Woman being able to battle and also injure an enhanced Green Lantern obviously puts her in the same range as his power level. But at this point, Diana was massively holding back against her fellow Justice League members. She was convinced that she could save them and bring them back to the light, so she refused to go all out. In my opinion, Diana is more powerful than even the Brainiac-amped Green Lantern, as she later fights an enhanced Superman who just showed his incredible power level by tanking the same nuke that Waller attempted to kill Brainiac with. During this fight with the Man of Steel, Diana was still holding back, opting to use a kryptonite shield instead of a more deadly kryptonite weapon against Superman. But even with kryptonite, she was no match for Superman, as Brainiac was able to enhance the Man of Steel, giving him a resistance to kryptonite, but not a complete invulnerability.
The consequences of corruption.
I mean, it's just the consequences of corruption.
Have created changes in Superman down to his DNA.
This allowed him to fight Diana while being weakened somewhat, and even kill Wonder Woman despite being impaled in the chest with a chunk from her shield. Superman is considered by Lex Luthor to be the greatest threat to mankind's existence, and is called the most powerful being to ever step foot on Earth, and is also stated to be more powerful than Green Lantern.
Now, Superman. He's our friend, but he's also the most dangerous being to ever set foot on Earth.
I made my power ring look a little bigger for you, because you know what? It might be the strongest gadget in the whole Hall of Justice. Now, I'm not talking as strong as Superman, but my imagination is my superpower.
Batman says he could carry the Earth on his shoulders, and Superman claims he could move the planet with a single fist.
I can move your entire planet with my fists alone.
The minimum energy required to disrupt the orbit of the Earth is 103.7 zetatons, or low-end planetary level. However, to accomplish this feat how it is typically shown in fiction would require 633 zetatons, which is still planetary attack potency, but just on the higher end. The statement of Superman carrying the Earth on his shoulders was made before he was enhanced, and moving the planet was after he was enhanced, but Superman had only been unleashed for, I don't know, a couple hours. It hadn't been that long, so I don't think he went out and tested his new upper limits of strength before making that statement, so I think we can apply these feats to pre-enhanced Superman. But because he was somewhat weakened by the kryptonite, I think we can sort of cancel these two out and say baseline Arkhamverse Superman is just planetary. He was bloodlusted against Diana and trying to kill her, so I'd say he was going all out the entire time, giving Diana incredible durability, which again would scale to enhance Green Lantern and the Flash at his top speed as well. However, Green Lantern does defeat both Diana and Barry, but I think all things equal, no Brainiac enhancements, Wonder Woman is the second strongest member, followed by Green Lantern, then the Flash. Brainiac's amps seem to be pretty insane, at least by his own claims. He says Deadshot once killed a man from a mile away, but after being enhanced, Deadshot could kill from a continent away. It's impossible to say how these amplifications would impact the League specifically, but I think it's safe to say they're all significantly stronger, even though it's stated that Green Lantern was not being used at his full potential by Brainiac while he was still alive. As for speed, the Arkhamverse was really not all that impressive prior to this game, but with the introduction of the Speed Force and Superman, the universe has been upgraded significantly. The Flash mentions breaking the sound barrier, but Wonder Woman can react to Superman's heat vision, which in this universe seemingly functions as light beams, as they always move in a straight line and they reflect off of surfaces like light should. So that would make them roughly relativistic, or just under the speed of light. However, Superman saves the day once again with insane speed feats during his battle with Task Force X. In this battle, he is severely weakened by gold kryptonite, and to help keep himself in the battle, he escapes, flying to the sun to recharge. He flies to the sun and back in roughly 3 seconds. The sun is 91,906,000 miles away, so we double the distance to include the trip back, which makes the entire journey 183,812,000 miles. And by simply plugging this into the speed calculator, we get 222,574,000,000 miles per hour, or faster than light plus. But we're not done yet. During his battle with the Suicide Squad, the Flash claims that he is faster than time, and Lex Luthor has the same fears as stated in the Flash's bio. Throughout the game, it's told and shown to us that Superman and the Flash are relative in speed, and there's an argument that Superman is faster. So if that is the case, we're talking about immeasurable speeds, but I think it's far more likely that we're still in the faster than light speed ranges here, as there are no feats to back up the immeasurable speed scaling other than the Flash's statement. Of course, the League are all incredibly skilled and come with their own unique abilities. Batman has a seemingly endless arsenal of gadgets and weapons to rely on. The Flash can create tornadoes and shoot lightning, and also turn invisible by vibrating himself fast enough. Green Lantern wields his ring to create anything that he can imagine. Wonder Woman has centuries of combat training. Her lasso of truth and armor are also powered by magic of the gods, and they are stated to have no equal. Superman can hear from over 2 miles away.
Oh, buddy of mine tussled with Superman once. Pied Piper.
He's the one with the sound gimmick, right?
That's the one. Course, this is before he went straight, so to speak. Figured if Superman had super hearing, he'd be super weak against Piper's hypno sounds.
So how'd he screw it up?
Superman overheard his big plan from 2 cities away.
Has frost breath, heat vision, flight, and of course, incredible strength. So how did the Suicide Squad beat them? Well, a mixture of incredible luck, unpredictable fighting styles, and insane amplifications. It's shown to and told to us throughout the game that TFX is no match for the Justice League. They're beaten by Green Lantern in mere seconds, but they're saved by the Flash. Batman takes each one of them down with no issue, but again, they're saved by the Flash. Wonder Woman beats them down with no difficulty, twice. They only survived their first battle with the Flash because he was toying around with them as stated by Batman, and they were saved by Wonder Woman. They only beat the Flash by using Speed Force decouplers to make him weaker. They beat Green Lantern by using enhanced Yellow Lantern batteries literally created and amplified by Batman to defeat Green Lanterns. They beat Batman because Harley, who has a degree in neurochemistry, studied the fear toxin for years, and she even says that it was a 50-50 shot that they didn't end up dying.
You think I didn't know we'd have this little reunion one day? Took me years in Arkham to get any sense out of that jabbering kookmeister scarecrow, but I earned my degree in neurochemistry. Summa cum laude. See, you might be immune to your fear toxin, but you ain't immune to mine. Sure glad that worked. Was fitty-fitty on us surviving the toxin.
And finally, they beat Superman because Lex Luthor was able to extract parts of the enhanced League member's DNA and then turn that into gold kryptonite, a much more potent version of the mineral, to weaken Superman immensely.
Using the mutagenic properties of Brainiac's corruption, I've synthesized a more potent vector for kryptonite radiation. Yes. I call this new metamaterial gold kryptonite.
Not to mention they were given anti-meta guns enhanced by Lex's AI nanite machines, Toyman's upgrades, and Yellow Lantern energy, as I mentioned earlier. They were also granted afflictions on their grenades and melee weapons from Poison Ivy, which affect their enemy's molecular structure, and Hack was able to alter their brain chemistry to make them more skilled, stronger, and faster.
This is a map of your physiological potential, abilities and stuff. While you're doing that out there, I can rewire your neurochemistry. Make improvements. This is the part where I get to tickle your brain chemistry. Guaranteed most of the time to make you a better killing machine.
Not to mention, she was able to unlock flow states for each of them that made them much more lethal. So much so that even Batman acknowledged it. The League showed that they were superior to the Suicide Squad in every single way from the beginning of the game, but with extraordinary help using contingency plans created by Batman himself, backing from Lex Luthor, Argus, and other metahumans, they were able to kill, spoiler alert, clones of the Justice League. Yes, that's right, the League aren't even dead, and they're coming back to help stop Brainiac in future seasons, Batman included. It's just really funny to me that all these people went out of their way to hate the story and how the Suicide Squad could ever possibly kill the Justice League. Meanwhile, this sort of stuff happens in the comic books all the time. I mean, Superman was almost killed with a kryptonite bullet by a regular guy. Bloodsport, Harley Quinn regularly fights Batman. She's shown to be on the level of these other characters in the comics as well. Not to mention King Shark, who in his first appearance fought Superboy. So all these complaints kinda dumb, especially considering that Captain Boomerang is a rogue of the Flash, the fastest man alive. But I digress. The Justice League in this game are powerhouses and are certainly worthy of their titles. Thanks for watching, everybody. We really do appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe if you like the video, it does really help us out. And remember the motto, it's Arkhamverse, Justice League over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.